Even as we're chatting, I'm noticing the different space and almost the speed. You mentioned that earlier, the speed of how we're connecting, we're being with each other in this conversation. Yet, daily when I'm talking with clients, they want everything done. No, it's not 3.5 hours, it's 3 hours. No, we can't afford 3 hours, it's just an hour. There's
Mhm.
this tension between speed and getting the things done that require us to know how to touch our depth, really, as human beings, yet we want to do it fast. How do you deal with
Yeah.
that tension in your work with clients, particularly
Mm,
organizational work as opposed to
yeah.
just
Yeah. One of the ways that I understand this urgency, the speed, and is like through some of my own experiences. I've wanted things to be done yesterday, last week.
Mhm.
Yesterday is an understatement. I want things to be done last week, and I want them to be done 30% cheaper and with 200% more quality and efficiency.
Yes, of course.
And I think that was when reflect on myself, I'm mostly coming from a place of what when leaders say, I need this 2 weeks ago for 50% less, it's the same amount of quality. The first thing, okay, there's a bit of other force acting on this leader's system. Let's understand that force. So it often feels like an invitation to explore what's going on with them as opposed to react to the too slow, too expensive, too general reflections. So I tend to go there, which then also takes up a bit more time
Mhm.
because this is now being with the person as opposed to working through solving some problem. So focus less on solving problems and more on just being with them.
Mhm.
Hmm. Again, takes a little bit more time, but builds deeper connection with us and with clients
Mhm.
because we're also getting to understand them a bit more, getting to understand them better.
And they're getting
Uh,
to understand themselves in this
and then,
conversation as well, because
right,
they're just reacting as well to the
this is
pressures that
right.
are at them. Yeah.
And at some point in our development, or complexity development, or adult development, there's a lot less focus on the doing of things and on the outcome, and more on how we being about the things that we are, the direction that we're heading in. And so inviting this way of being gives leaders a little bit of an insight, a little glimpse of how else they could be as leaders and still see the desired results that they want to see without focusing on the same results so much or forcing them so much. So that's usually one of the perspectives and even hopes that I hold. You talk about your hope for humanity to encourage a group. And that's one of the hopes that I hold and the ways that I hold them, that we are all we all can grow and given the appropriate and sufficient support, one will likely grow. And that's all in service of let's be better human beings to each other. Yes.
And when
So
we're when we work like that with each other, it does impact the outcome and the
it
quality of
does.
everything that we produce. It can't not, I guess.
It
It's
does. So partly in response to your question, Donna, some of it is like modeling that very thing. What's the alternative to speeding, getting more, or paying less? What's the alternative? What does the alternate world look like where we're doing something different? And I try to model that as much and as best as I can, as opposed to just talk about it.